Seven Summits is about the 7 key areas of life. You either conquer them or you're conquered by them. I've traveled for many years as a conference speaker to Africa, to South America, and one day I decided to do a new topic, and it was on the topic of money. And I really wanted to connect our emotions to money and demonstrate how this controls us and how people are making wrong choices because of their emotional connection to money. When I did this, the students ate it up. It was amazing. I never had such response. They had so many questions during the Q&A time. By the time it got done, I thought, I have really hit on a vein of gold here. When I returned to my room, I started thinking about this, and I thought, it's really like a summit. If you control money, if you control your emotional connections to money, you'll control your money and life. And I thought, if people would understand how they're interconnected with each other, they'll be able to make better choices, they'll have a better outcome of life. And suddenly it dawned upon me that there were 7 key areas of life. And as I looked at them, I developed these 7 areas into 7 summits. When you think of a summit, in military terms, you think of the high point. Whoever controls the high point controls the whole region. And the same thing applies to these areas of life. One of the stories from my own life was my relationship with my dad. I had a very bad relationship. It was dysfunctional. I had a lot of anger and bitterness toward him. What I didn't realize early in life was that my relationship with my dad was affecting all my other relationships in life. When I got married, it was affecting my relationship with my wife because I was relating to her out of the system and the format of my relationship with my own dad. So as I began to see corrections, as I began to make adjustments, I began to realize that my relationships began to change, began to be transformed. This is the kind of power that I want to be able to share with you, my own life. People have responded in many ways, but one that really strikes my memory was a young man in Colombia. I did video calls with him over the course of about 2 years. He was 28 years old when we began, married, had 2 children, and as we dealt with the issues of his life, we did this very organically. As an issue came up, we talked about it. He began to get a grasp of the problems and the solutions. He began to understand his heart issues, and it really turned his life, revolutionized his life. And I love the way that he summed it up after 2 years. He said, "Beau, thank you so much for investing in me. I would not be married today if it were not for the 7 summits." The 7 Summit book is really for everyone, but especially those who find themselves trapped or caught in a snare in one of the key areas of life. So if you get caught up in money, get caught up in your relationships or anger, things like that, you really need to have a plan, you need to have the tools, you need to have the power to overcome those areas. If you don't, you're going to be dominated by them, you're going to make a lot of bad choices. So what I really want to accomplish here is to have you be able to be victorious, to not be controlled and ruled by these different areas. People have asked me, what's the one thing you want me to get out of this? And I pause and I think, really there's 7 things I want you to get out of this. Because if you're dominated by 1 or 2 or 3 of these areas, the other areas are going to suffer. But if you can get a hold and control of this area of life, your life is going to improve, your relationships are going to improve, you're even going to pass it down to other family members and people in your community. So I want to encourage you, get the 7 summits. You'll find it a valuable asset in your life.